You good? Okay. Let me see. I started working life as a medical doctor, and I found I was happier helping people live healthy lives rather than treating disease. So I became involved in the personal development, self-realization field, and then I moved from there to network marketing in 1990. And between 1990 and 94, I got up to $100,000 a year in income in another company. And I saw that income disappear in the next 4 years. Went from $100,000 a year, $500,000 turnover in my business, to nothing. And that really hit me hard. And what I saw there was a company that David talked about leadership and about the teams working together. What I saw there was a company that when the distributors suggested something, yes, we got it, but then we got whacked over the head by other things were getting taken away. So there was not that communication between the members and the corporate, the owners of the company. And I've been with this company now for 10 years, and any decision I've seen that's been happen, they make those decisions together. And it's Robert Kiyosaki says in his latest book, Business of the 21st Century, that the thing to look at when you join a business isn't necessarily the product or the company or the whatever, it's the leadership. And the leadership does go right back to the owners of the company. And the main thing you need to think about the leaders is, do they care about you? Do they care that you actually can make something of this and make it work to create that income that you think you're doing this for? And Wayne and Jerry, when they started Lifeforce, they started a company and they used one of the old marketing plans because it was a company that was everyone would know. And after a year of doing that, they realized that this isn't doing what we thought it should do, because they'd never done network marketing, and so they just tried what they thought should work. A tried and true company that tried their marketing plan, their compensation plan, and it wasn't delivering the results to people. So what did they do? They got together with the leaders of the leaders of the membership, and asked them, well, you've been in this longer than us. How would you design a compensation plan? Now, if that isn't company and members working together, I don't know what. That really touches me, because it's rare to find that in the business world, and it's just such the gift that we have here. And so I just want to acknowledge that gift, and just so you pay attention to it. And when you look at what we're doing, look really well, because you don't want to miss out on what we actually have for you here. And so when I first started Lifeforce, I went, because I'd had that business success before, I went up to gold within a year. So I was up to an income of $3,000 a month within a year, which was reasonably good at the time. And but then my mum got sick and died, and we inherited a couple of $1 million. So life completely changed. And then you hear about people winning the lotto and then losing it all within a year. We trusted an accountant with several $100,000, and he lost it all. But it was our choice, so I gave myself a really hard time for that. So if any of you are in that situation, like I've been in the last few years, where basically you felt like you're looking back on your life and you think, God, if I hadn't done that, and you're giving yourself a hard time for what you've done or haven't done, then stop it. And I didn't stop it, and I got testicular cancer as a result of not stopping it. So that's why I share that story. And so I saw the whole emotional. I basically got depressed for a few years, but without really knowing I was depressed. And just to get myself out of that hole was a challenge. And the cancer was actually the bucket of cold water in the face that was just fantastic. It was the best thing to happen. Luckily that cancer is one of the most curable ones around, so I can smile at that. But and I say that just to let you know that we all face our challenges, and it's about. I was listening to a tape about passion on MP3 on passion on the way over, and it's like what did they say? They said it's not about thinking about what you love; it's about feeling into it. So when you start to look at us, working with us as a team, as business partners, feel into that. And can you see that you can create the life that you would love working with us? See if you can feel into that. What kind of life do you actually? What do you love to do? How do you love to be with people? What kind of work environment would you love to have? Feel into what's real, what's true for you. And that's what kept bringing me back, because while I was going through my emotional drama, and my life force business just carried on. It's provided at least, went down a bit because the exchange rate was down. Provided at least $1,000 a month, whether I worked or not, for the last 10 years. While I was going through all that, ridiculous stuff. And I share I was going through that ridiculous stuff because I hope if you ever hit a patch like that you get out of it sooner than I did. Because if we don't share our stories, then you don't learn from each other. And so now, finally attracting business partners again, and my brain's got clear. And sometimes, because body balance is fantastic, but it's not going to be the one and all thing. It's like I used to tell people that a healthy body comes from a healthy mind. The other side of that is a healthy body creates a healthy mind. So you need both in balance. And you need to feed the body, but it's not just the magic pill that's going to do everything for you. You need to work on yourself and develop the life that just even thinking about the life that you want to have is a thing that will actually lead you to where you want to go. So that's what's got me back on track, is continuing to focus on, well, is this the life I want? What about this life is it that I like? What is it I love here? And there's a lot to love. And so when I invite you in, it's like take it from that point of view, right from the beginning, and don't waste time like I did when you get things, because life will hit you. Life comes from left field and right field and everywhere, but it's about learning how to deal with that and move on, and by keeping on focus on what you want, because that's what I had to do. And it was almost the thought of losing my life that actually woke me up to what I really wanted it to become. And we all have that. And so don't get yourself into the point of thinking you might lose it before you actually make that decision, because that's a decision we can all make day to day, and we actually all have to make day to day. And unless you're making it, then life will just dither on. And I welcome you to not dither, and to make a real decision for yourself and make it the life that you love, because it's a good one. Okay.